Hi friends, today I have with me a wonderful book called When I Grow Up I Want to Be. This book has some stories about real life Indians. From these, I am going to read to you about Mansukhbhai Prajapati. The name of the story is The Poor Student Who Became an Inventor. Did you know it was a complaining customer who wanted the crispiest French fries who was responsible for the invention of our favorite snack, potato chips? Inspiration is everywhere, in books, in your daydreams, even in the complaints of crabby customers. You just have to be at the right place at the right time. For Mansukhbhai Prajapati, the inspiration to create a refrigerator that ran without electricity came disguised as a newspaper headline. Mansukh was born to a family of potters in a village in Gujarat. When he was a little boy, his father moved to the city in search of jobs that would pay better. Mansukh stayed behind in the village, living a comfortable life while his father toiled away in the city. After failing his 10th board exam, Mansukh decided to join his father and contributed to the family income. His journey in the big city began with working as a laborer with his father, but eventually Mansukh decided to set up his own tea stall. It was at this tea stall that one of his regular customers asked Mansukh if he knew anyone who would run a tile making factory. That was just the chance Mansukh needed. He had been studying hard in his free time and managed to clear his board exam, which meant he was qualified enough for the position. So he nominated himself and, to his absolute delight, was hired. Working at the factory was the first time Mansukh got a chance to shine and showcase his inherent knack for innovation. He was like a kid with a brand new PlayStation, wide-eyed and thrilled to the core. Within 5 years, Mansukh had managed to help the factory boost its production from 7 lakh tiles to 22 lakh tiles a year. You only need to do simple maths to see how his bosses must have loved him. It wasn't the mere 300 rupees that he received as salary that drove him, but the excitement in the pit of his stomach, bubbling like a steaming bowl of tomato soup every time he was faced with a challenge. It was this pot of bubbling enthusiasm that made Mansukh take a leap that would eventually change his life forever. He took a loan and started his own factory. Since I was starting my own business, I was determined to do something that would take the family legacy forward. My father was reluctant, but I had made up my mind, said Mansukh. Mansukh's first invention took a whole year of trial and error and over 1 lakh broken towers to finally assume its present-day form. It was a machine that would make clay pans. The quality of the pans would be the same as those Mansukh's forefathers made using their hands, but this machine could make them 10 times faster. From 100 towers a day, they started making over 1,000 towers in the factory. He also invented a water filter made from an earthen pot that ran without electricity. But like your favorite Disney movies, this story too had a villain which caused chaos and ravaged everything in sight. In this case, it was a massive earthquake. Towering stacks of clay pots and pans came crashing down, leaving behind clouds of red dust and heaps of rubble. A journalist chanced upon the factory, and a month later, while he was busy trying to figure out how to rebuild his life, Mansukh found himself in the local newspaper under the headline, "The Poor Man's Broken Fridge." It was referring to the earthen pots, famous for keeping water cool even during the sweltering summer months. Being an eternal optimist, Mansoor spotted the silver lining. The words, "poor man's broken fridge," became his light bulb moment. Having a fridge is a poor man's dream, but not one he can afford to fulfill. I decided to change that, says Mansukh. He workshopped, experimented, and perfected his dream project for 4 long years, all while his debt was piling up at lightning speed. His perseverance paid off, and the Mitti Cool clay refrigerator was born, the first ever refrigerator that kept fruits and vegetables fresh for a week without using a single unit of electricity. This invention didn't just make life easier for the poor, but also brought Mansukh some well deserved recognition for his innovations. He has been honored by not one but 3 Indian presidents, including Dr. Abdul Kalam, a champion of innovation and science. So, what does the creator of Mitti Cool have in store for us? A fully functional home that runs on zero electricity. If that's not cool, we don't know what is.